Kia ora. My name is Mirella Simpson. I am a Senior Academic Lecturer at the School of Nursing, Manukau Institute of Technology, New Zealand. I am here today on behalf of Te Marae Ora to talk to you about the Pfizer vaccine. The Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is an mRNA vaccine. This vaccine works by delivering some of the mRNA into our cells. When the vaccine is injected into the upper arm, the mRNA enters the cells near the injection site. Our immune system, which is what helps us to fight off infections, then recognizes this and starts to produce antibodies or soldiers to help fight off the virus. It usually takes up to 2 weeks after your full vaccination for your body to build protection or immunity against COVID-19. This vaccine, much like other vaccines known to us, help us to build our immunity ready to fight off in case we come into contact with the whole COVID-19 virus. What are some of the side effects of the Pfizer vaccine? Some people may and some people may not experience side effects. The most common side effects includes pain at the injection site or redness at the site. You may also feel fatigued or tired, get chills or fevers, as well as a headache. These side effects are normal and actually a positive response from our body. This tells us that our bodies are actually doing what they're meant to be doing, and that is to fight off any infections or foreign bodies coming in. A more severe side effect of the Pfizer vaccine is anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis is an allergic reaction to a medication. Although it is rare, it is important to know that it can occur. It is also important to know that anaphylaxis can occur with any vaccination given and not just to the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. So why can't our children under the age of 16 have the Pfizer vaccine? Part of the reason is that that population group hasn't actually been severely affected by the COVID-19 virus compared to our older population group. Another reason is that there hasn't been enough clinical trials done or research to test the Pfizer vaccine on that particular age group. How effective is the Pfizer vaccine? When we talk about effectiveness of a vaccine, we can essentially break it down into 3 different points. The first is prevention. Prevention is in terms of contracting COVID-19 after being fully immunized. That's after having your 2 full doses. Being fully immunized reduces your chances of contracting or getting COVID-19 by approximately 95 to 98%. The second point is efficacy. This is in terms of preventing you from experiencing the severe complications of COVID-19 and being admitted into hospital. After having 2 full doses of the Pfizer vaccine, the efficacy of the vaccine has shown to be 100%. It helps to look at the different outcomes of exposure of COVID-19. Ideally, we would want the vaccines to give us protection all the way to no infection. However, that may not be the main objective of the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. The real purpose is to give your body enough protection to cover these possibilities, so if you do get an infection, it feels more like a common cold rather than you being hospitalized for. The third point is in terms of transmission. So this talks about the number of people that one infected person will pass the virus onto. This is called an R number. A really good example of this is the data collected from Israel, where they have been swift with their vaccination rollout. So prior to the vaccination rollout, Israel's R number was 3. This means that one infected person will pass on the virus to an average 3 different people. Those 3 people will go on to infect another 3 people each, and so forth. As of March 2021, that number has dropped to R0.5. This means that one infected person will pass on the virus to an average half a person. And this is seen with at least 60% of Israel's population receiving at least one dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Another important question is, can you be a transmitter of COVID-19 after you have been vaccinated? So when we talk about transmission, one thing that we do need to talk about is something called the viral load. A viral load, in simple terms, is how much of a virus is a person carrying. A person with a high viral load is carrying more of the virus. This means you're more at risk of being infectious and passing it on. A person with a low viral load is carrying less of the virus. This means that they're less at risk of being infectious and of passing it on. There is new information coming through showing that being fully vaccinated, that's having your 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine, can actually help reduce your transmission rate of COVID-19 by 94%. What are coronaviruses? Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that usually cause mild to moderate upper respiratory tract illnesses, like the common cold. However, prior to 2019, 2 coronaviruses emerged and affected the human population, causing severe respiratory disease. The first of that virus is something called SARS, CoV, otherwise known as Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. And the second was MERS, or the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. On the 31st of December 2019, Chinese authorities alerted the World Health Organization of cases of pneumonia of unknown cause. 2 weeks later, a new coronavirus was identified through genetic sequencing and later named SARS-CoV-2, or what we know it as COVID-19. So getting vaccinated not only protects you, but it protects the whole community, and more particularly those who cannot be vaccinated, such as our tamarikis under the age of 16 and our mamas and papas who may not be eligible to have the vaccine. There are concerns that the Pfizer vaccine is new. However, it's not as new as you think. Remember when I said that COVID-19 belongs to the same family of viruses as SARS and MERS? Well, SARS was first recognized in 2003 and MERS in 2012. During this time, lots of work, research and data was being collected to learn more about the coronaviruses, how they work, what makes them the way they are, and where they've come from, to name a few. Work was already starting in terms of looking and making a vaccine. However, because SARS went away and didn't turn into a global pandemic, the research for a vaccine will slow down quite a lot. The second point is that the mRNA vaccine technology already existed and are built on decades of research and experience. The research for the vaccine did not start from scratch, and the data and information used was simply tailored to fight this current virus. And the third point is that there was a lot of money, resources, and people wanting to help. Global health agencies came together with the common goal of finding a vaccine to help reduce the devastating effects that COVID-19 has had on the world. In conclusion, the vaccine has been proven to be an effective tool to reducing the spread and complications of COVID-19. Vaccination not only protects you, but protects the people around you. And it's also important to keep yourself well informed. Using credible sources such as Te Marae Ora and their COVID-19 website or the World Health Organization are good places to start. So, let's all do our part to keep the Cook Islands safe. Kia ora and kia manuia.